Welcome to ANB Exam Forum. In today's session, we are going to see the selection process for the various posts that ISRO has released. Okay, and that selection process we are going to understand with the help of flowchart. Okay, so before proceeding, I would like to tell you that we have made a separate series for this particular notification. The name of the playlist is Mission ISRO 2026, and this playlist will have all the content related to this particular exam. Okay, so in the previous video we have seen the notification, the very brief about the notification, what are the vacancy, okay, what are the various zones. In today's session we are going to dig more detail about the notification, but with the help of flowchart, so that you can easily understand what is the post, what is the selection criteria for each of the post. Okay, so student, your journey starts when you apply for the post. I hope all of you have applied for the post for which you are applicable. Okay, so once you have applied, your journey starts there. Okay, so the first and foremost hurdle for your destination is the written exam. Okay, so in this particular exam, the exam would be OMR based, not the computer based tests like as usual for the other exam. Okay, so it will be like pen paper based, where you need to fill the circles, that all of us knows that. Okay, for assistant UDC, this is the pattern. So the objective paper will have 4 parts. Okay, and each part having 50 questions. The part A consists of general English, part B quantitative aptitude, part C is general intelligence and reasoning, and finally the part D general knowledge. Okay, so each of these parts will have 50 questions. Okay, understood? I am telling this about assistant and UDC, not for JPA and Steno right now. Okay, for JPA and Steno there would be only 3 parts. Okay, more focused will be on English and comprehension, which is of 100 question. Okay, and general intelligence and reasoning consists of 50 questions, and they have clubbed quantitative aptitude and general knowledge into one part with 50 questions. Okay, so the main difference is English, and the quantitative aptitude and general reasoning, those 2 parts are clubbed. Okay, what about the timing and questions? So as you can see, there are 200 questions, so each question carry 1 mark, so the exam would be of 200 marks, and the time duration for this particular exam will be 150 minutes, that is 2.5 hours. So in the previous notification, that is ISRO 2022, where the time duration for the same pattern was 120 minutes, but this time they have increased half an hour because student have complained that they have very little time to solve those exams, so they have increased the time by half an hour. So this time it would be 150 minutes. Okay, the next and very foremost pointer is that negative marking. So there is 1/4 negative marking, which is 0.25. So when you have a wrong questions, wrong answer, it would be 0.25 marks would be deducted from your total score. Okay, right? So this is about the written exam. Understood? It is OMR based. There will be 4 parts for assistant UDC, 3 parts for JPA and Steno, 150 minutes, that is 2.5 hours, and 1/4 negative marking, that is 0.25 marks. Okay, what about the next step? So once you have given the written exam very well, the next step in normally other exams is normalization, but generally in ISRO the exam is conducted on a single day in a single shift. So normally there is no normalization as of now. Okay, so if the exam happened to be conducted in a different city at different time, different shift, then normalization is obvious the reason, but in this case normalization is not happened. Okay, afterwards the qualifying cutoff, you should know the cutoff. As you know, it is a minimum marks that you should score in order to qualify. Okay, so the sectional cutoff is there, that is very important. Okay, so there are 4 parts. So sectional cutoff is there. In the last notification there was lot of doubt among the student that it is total cutoff, but it is sectional cutoff that we have clarified from the ISRO, and this time they have clearly mentioned that for unreserved it is 50% and for other category it is 40%. Okay, 50% of what? 50% of total part. A part consists of 50 marks, 50 questions. So the 50% for each part is 25 marks. Okay, so 25 marks you should have to obtain in order to qualify. Okay, so each section, it is not a single section, each section you should have a minimum of 25 marks if you belong to general category. If you are belonging to some other category, you should have at least 20 marks in each part. Okay, so the total, if you consider 100 marks for overall paper, but sectional cutoff is there, even though you are scoring 100 but you are not able to qualify one section, you will not be qualify for the next phase. Okay, understood? This is a very important pointer. Sectional cutoff is there, at least 25 marks you should obtain in each of those parts. Okay, and if you are not able to obtain the sectional cutoff, your journey stop there. You have to increase the performance for other exam, right? But if you clear the cutoff, there would be a merit list. Okay, and what is the merit list? Merit list criteria is that they are going to call 5 times of the vacancy. Okay, suppose ISRO assistant have 100 vacancies, so they will call 500 candidates for the skill test. Okay, and if you are not coming into those 500, you are going not to be called, but you can get a call if there is a shortfall that I am going to tell you in the upcoming slide. Okay, so merit, if you are able to clear the merit, then you can proceed further, and in the merit thereafter one test would be conducted that is called a skill test, and it is qualifying in nature. What do you mean by qualifying? Qualifying means only you need to pass those tests. Okay, the final merit list, final score will not have this skill test marks in that. Okay, and final result will be based on written test score only. Okay, it will not be included with the skill test result. And there would be computer literacy test in the skill test, which is of 100 marks. Okay, the syllabus is already given in the notification, and there are 3 parts basically: MS Word, MS Excel, MS PowerPoint. MS Word 35 marks, MS Excel 35 marks, MS PowerPoint 30 marks, and the exam, this test would be of 75 minutes. Okay, a very decent one. Okay, you need to show, it is not like objective based, you need to make some document in Word, Excel, PowerPoint to demonstrate that you need to acquire those skills. Okay, coming to Steno and JPA, in addition to computer literacy test, Steno and JPA have one more test they need to pass, that is stenography test. Okay, what is the criteria? Criteria for stenography test is that shorthand test would be like for 300 words at 60 word per minute, and the time duration would be 5 minutes. Okay, so this is a stenographic test criteria. Okay, once you qualify the skill test, again normalization will not be happen, because generally these tests are conducted in a single day, so there is no need for the normalization. And in other words, like since this is a skill test doesn't have such criteria, so normalization would not happen. Coming to the merit, the final merit list, on what criteria it would be made. So for computer literacy test, it would be 60% of 100 marks, that is 48 marks, and for other it is 50 marks. So for computer literacy you need to score at least 48 marks in order to come into final merit list. For Steno, and for unreserved it is 10% mistake, for other it is 20% mistake. Okay, so once you have cleared this skill test criteria, then what happen? Then final result will be declared, which would be based on the written test score. Okay, afterward documentation, DV is document verification, and medical exam, it can be conducted. It is based on the organization policy. And suppose your journey stops there, but sometime that I told you earlier that this criteria, this skill test was not passed by few of the candidate, what will happen? So in that case, ISRO has the capability to call another shortlisted candidate in case of the shortfall for the skill test round. Okay, so in the previous slide that we have seen, I will go back, that we have said that if you have not come into the merit list, there is again still a path there where you can have a skill test exam. Okay, but it depends upon the other people performance, because if the other people are not performing well in the skill test, then there is a probability that you could be called because of the shortfall. Okay, understood? So written exam, skill test, you will be reaching your destination of the ISRO exam. Okay, that's it. So this is our playlist. If you have not joined our playlist, you can subscribe. Okay, you can like our video so that we also get a boost to make more such video for you. Okay, and if you have anything to say about this particular exam, you can write in our comment box. We will be very happy to answer your questions. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.